Before a narcissist sleeps with someone in their bed, they sleep with them in their head. Cheating does not begin in the moment you catch them flirting, texting, or sneaking around. Cheating starts long before that. It begins in their imagination, in their entitlement, and in the internal declaration they make that they are done with you. A narcissist does not cheat when they meet a new person. They cheat the moment they decide that you are no longer good enough for them. And that decision happens quietly, privately, inside their own mind, while you are still fighting for the relationship and trying to keep the family together. Most survivors do not see this shift because narcissists go through their cheating stages in silence. You only discover it at the end of it, when the damage is already done. But if you knew the stages, if you understood the psychology behind how they slide into betrayal, you would recognize the signs long before the physical cheating happens. You would know you are being cheated on before they ever admit it, and you would protect yourself from the worst betrayal trauma you can imagine. I'm Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 5 stages a narcissist goes through before they start cheating. This is one of the darkest and most destructive processes you will ever witness in an intimate relationship. Before we get started, today is the last day to sign up for my free workshop happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The topic is Break the Spell of Cognitive Dissonance with a Narcissist in Less Than 60 Minutes. Is that even possible? Let's see. Let me show you how. Slots are limited. Almost all were gone. We just added 500 more. Make sure you get one before we close the booking. Link is in the description or the comments. Stage number 1, the revival of dysphoria and constant boredom. This is where everything begins. A narcissist is eternally dissatisfied with everything they have in their life. The dissatisfaction is not about you, it's about the house, the money, the circumstances, or the relationship. It comes from the fact that they do not have a stable self. There is no core inside them. There is no foundation. There is only a bottomless pit that can never stay filled no matter what. Because of this hollowness, this emptiness, they always believe the problem is external. It's always someone else's fault. It's always someone on the outside. According to them, it's you who is not fulfilling them enough, or it's the house that lacks something, the car that's not luxurious enough, or the money that is not sufficient, or the children who are too demanding or underperforming. Anything but their own destructive, rotten inner nature. So they pour and pour and pour into this vessel with a hole in it. Nothing works though, nothing stays. The moment the initial limerence dies off, the excitement collapses. When they know they have secured control over you completely and you won't escape, when they know you're loyal and invested, their internal boredom returns like a disease. This boredom is not normal, it's dysphoria. It's a deep psychological discomfort where their emptiness rises back to the surface and they start feeling it. And because of that boredom, they begin craving something new. They need activation, they need stimulation, and they need thrill. It is the same reason so many narcissists get involved in high risk activities. The moment normalcy settles in, they start feeling the truth of who they really are: empty, shameful, restless, and useless. And when they feel the revival of this dysphoria that I'm talking about, they begin looking for a replacement. Someone who makes them feel alive again, someone who gives them that intoxicating high. This boredom becomes the starting point of the entire cheating process, which brings us to stage number 2. The grass is greener complex syndrome, call it whatever you want to. Once the boredom kicks in, they move into the grass is greener syndrome. A narcissist always believes that what they do not have is more special, more luxurious, more exciting, and far more valuable than what they do have. The challenge of getting something new becomes a drug. That chase, excitement, fantasy of something better gives them a feeling nothing else can reproduce. They confuse their feelings with facts. The way they imagine a new person becomes a reality for them. The field they have not stepped on yet becomes the greener, more desirable field in their minds. That is delusional. They never stop to think that the relationship they are already in could flourish if they nurtured it. They do not water their own garden, they leave it dry, abandoned, and neglected. Naturally, it starts to die, right? And then they point at the dying garden and say, "Look, look, you're so reactive. You nag too much. You complain too much. You have changed. And you're not nice to me anymore." Meanwhile, the new person looks like a saint because the new person has not seen who the narcissist truly is. The only reason the new person is not reactive is because they have not been emotionally tortured yet. This comparison becomes the justification they need. They idolize the stranger and devalue the partner. They put the new person on a pedestal and push you to the ground. They believe the new person will fix them, understand them, worship them, and in this delusion, they lose a diamond and end up with trash. That trash I'm talking about could be a new supply, a new person, or it could be their own rotten self because eventually everyone leaves them. This entire stage is the internal machinery of devaluation. They must mentally destroy you to elevate someone else. Stage number three, the emotional disinvestment. Once the comparison is complete and they have convinced themselves that they deserve better, they begin the emotional disinvestment. They slowly pull away from you. Whether they have found a new person or not does not matter. In their head, they've already moved on completely. This is when you start noticing the change. The partner who once sat with you at the dining table and had conversations, who once acted involved, now looks distant, bored, irritated, and cold. They hardly look at you. They scroll on their phone constantly. They're texting someone else with fake smiles and giggles. They're irritated by your voice, your presence, and by the children, if you have any. You ask them to put the phone down. You ask for attention. You ask for basic involvement. What do? They do not want to be involved with you anymore. You ask for a walk. They refuse. You ask to spend time together. They avoid you. They stop hugging you. They stop touching you. Sexual intimacy dies, and the compliments they once gave you turn into insults. You were once beautiful. Now you are too fat, too ugly, too thin, or unattractive in any way. Whatever they once praised, they now attack. The realization collapse into pure cruelty. They invest only when they think they're losing you because they need you for your unpaid services, your money, stability, childcare, and your emotional labor. They give you breadcrumbs in the form of affection so you do not leave. You accept it because of the trauma bond, the shitty trauma bond. And the moment they feel secure again, guess what? They pull away again. Eventually, you stop feeling like a partner and start feeling like a roommate. You feel emotionally divorced from someone you are legally married to or partnered with. Stage number four, the desire for the thrill of fooling you takes over. This is the dark shift. Cheating now is no longer only about dissatisfaction, it becomes about thrill. The desire to fool you becomes an addiction for them. This is where the sociopathic sadism takes over. It kicks in. They get a twisted pleasure from sneaking out, from hiding their conversations, from lying to your face while you cook dinner for them. They enjoy making you believe they're on a Zoom meeting with their boss, when in reality, they're talking to the other person and crying about how abusive you are. They enjoy fooling you while you remain loyal and devoted. This thrill is something you cannot fully understand because you are not wired that way. But they are. These are evil minds. These are demonoids. These are people devoid of any humanity. They feel excitement in deceiving you. Sometimes they even drop hints intentionally. They want you to find out halfway so that they can deny it and make you look crazy. They like the fact that you know something is wrong but cannot prove it. Torturing you this way feels like entertainment for the psychopathic brain. This stage can continue for years. It becomes a secret game for the narcopath, the game of fooling the person who loves them the most. And that's what makes them so evil. Stage number five, the last one, the narcissistic justification loop. This is where all of that cruelty comes out, the final stage. This happens after you catch them. When you catch a narcissist red handed, any normal human being would take responsibility, but a narcissist will not. They don't. They must turn it into your fault. Suddenly, their cheating becomes something you caused, but you do not know how. You did not love them enough, you did not give them enough attention. Maybe you were too demanding, you were too anxious, you were not losing weight, you were too busy with the children. You name it, they claim it. They were suffocated with you, anything but accountability, you see. And once they blame you, they do not stop cheating. If they need you for your services or money, they keep you around while cheating continues. They may drop the person you caught them with, maybe rare but possible. However, they won't let go of the cheating pattern. They won't feel guilty. They simply will find a new person to cheat with. There will always be a harem. A narcissistic man never keeps one woman, he keeps many. He keeps a circle of people who worship him, believe him, and fall for his lies. This is con artistry. This is demonic behavior. And the worst part is that some victims end up believing the narcissist so deeply that they start defending the narcissist cheating as something they caused, unfortunately. This is the psychological destruction of narcissistic cheating. This is betrayal trauma. This is the reason cheating with a narcissist is not only a physical betrayal, it is spiritual, emotional, and deeply psychological. If you're trauma bonded with this type of a narcissist, you know all of this is happening yet you can't let go. Let me help you. Tomorrow I'm doing this free workshop. Join it and let me show you how many people are going through exactly what you're going through and how that proves you're not the crazy one. Link is in the description. Booking closes very soon. Thank you so much for staying until the very end. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, let the healing begin and continue.